You want to know how to avoid me, the sewing machine repair guy. You also want to see reviews from a mechanic point of view. And you want to learn with me while I conduct repairs on various machines. I'm Wes, the sewing machine repair guy. Now it's time to unbox my brand new Juki sewing machine. But first, some trivia. Whose voice is Isaiah talking about in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 3, when he said, "A voice cries, in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert a highway for our God." We'll get to the answer at the end of the video. Juki has become a world leader in industrial sewing machines. They are among the top producers of machines that shape the way we dress today. The name Juki has become synonymous with quality and speed. Back in 1947, Juki started by producing home sewing machines in Japan and soon started distributing worldwide. By 1953, they started making industrial machines and quickly became a dominant player in the industrial machine market. Juki's revolutionary innovations in home machines include the development of the first rotary needle thread take-up system in 1954, the first automatic thread trimmer and auto needle threader in 1978, and the first automatic thread tension system in 1985. In 1981, Juki Corporation received the prestigious Deming Prize for Total Quality Management in the manufacture of industrial sewing machines. Through the years, Juki was also involved in the manufacture of electronic assembly and testing equipment, as well as computer peripherals. Juki, the leader in global industrial sewing, now brings you a home line you can trust to perform with the perfection of their commercial machines. There is a Juki machine for every generation of sewers. Now, this machine came out about 10 years ago, so it isn't the latest offering, but it is what I could find online. Let's start the unboxing. Here is our Juki HZL-27Z. This machine is about a 10-year-old machine, so 10-year-old technology, and this is brand new, just purchased off the internet. It is sweet and cute, and it's for you. It's also got an automatic needle threader, large, easy to use stitch selection dial, and reverse feed lever. A bag with some software. Looks like we also got a cover. Instruction manual in a couple of different languages. Are you ready for the unveiling? And it's backwards. It's got some weight to it, I'll tell you that much. She's definitely got a little gravity in her. Okay, some people were wondering, where is this thing made? Let's check that out. Made in Vietnam. I saw someone asking the question if they were making these in China, and the answer is Vietnam. Let's go over a few things that came in the box. We got a speed controller. This is rated for 0.95 amps. We have the machine. Let's see if anything came inside this machine. So it is not the plethora of stuff that I got in the with the Star Wars machine. You have a pin for your thread. Also, this is for stopping your thread, little thread stopper. 3 empty bobbins. Nice little cleaning brush, and you get a little seam ripper. Couple of needles, size 14, Oregon needles. There are a few of them in there, and there is one in the machine. You get a small screwdriver, as well as one of these screwdrivers. A couple of felt pads for your thread, so when you put your thread on the spool pin, you just stick a felt pad on there to help your thread move easily. And then you get the button holder, which looks like one of the cheapest button holders I've seen in a while, but that's what you get. That's what comes inside your little container for this sewing machine. Nice reverse, I like that. So we're on a straight stitch. We're on 5 for our thread tension. When they deliver it, the needle is down. So you raise up the needle. Looks pretty good. The standard type of bobbin case. Comes with a bobbin inside the bobbin case. This will be a 4th bobbin that they give you. That's pretty nice. The bobbin case looks like almost like any Singer or Brother bobbin case in there. The stitches, so you've got a few, you know, zigzag and straight stitches are the two that you're going to use the most. Stitch for your zigzag stitch, that's adjusted by turning this between your straight stitch on the left side all the way out to your zigzag from left to right, max zigzag right there. So your width selector for the stitch is incorporated in your stitch selector, and then your stitch length is right here on the side. Zero to 4. And then you've also got your settings for number 1 through 11, all these stitches over here. I don't know what this is right here. We'll figure that out later. Bobbin winder, pretty straightforward. What I do like about this machine is it's easy to see where to put your thread. So you follow a gigantic arrow. I feel like I'm in IKEA because it's got the gigantic arrows, dotted lines, things that are, hey, if you miss this, then you're not paying attention, sort of thing. So that's nice. Use your dotted lines for your bobbin and use your solid lines for your thread. What do you say we load up a bobbin and see how this thing sews right away with the needle that's provided and in the stitch that they gave us. Following my dotted line, which takes me around there and then brings me around. Well, the hole has to go all the way through for you to be able to thread it. Got my bobbin winder set up. Got my thread in. Doesn't matter what I'm set at on here, and I'm going to go. It's a pretty good speed for a bobbin winder. And we popped. She's done. Sewing machine repair guy does not use the same thread for the top and bottom threads because I like to see the difference. Now we're going to thread it. Follow the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and press foot come up so I have less tension. 5 goes down, goes in. Boy, this looks a lot like every other sewing machine I've ever used. Just like that, we're threaded on the upper thread and now lower thread. And we'll go ahead and just pull it through since I'm here. And we are ready to go. All I need is a piece of fabric. My beautiful fabric right here. I use gray fabric, black and white thread. That way I can see exactly what's going on. We're going to see how fast this machine is. My box did not tell me the stitches per minute. I'm going to check out the book and see what it says, and then we'll compare. And here we go. So I like that reverse. It's a nice big reverse. It's very nice. And then thread cutter works great. And that stitch is balanced very well. Let's do a double thickness. Now this one ended with the needle up. I don't believe this is an electronically controlled machine. I think if I, yeah, needle will end wherever you stop. So this is not an electronically controlled machine. Looking at our stitch here, this stitch also looks very good. And now we'll look at our balancing. So the stress test for any machine is a low stitch length, high stitch width on a zigzag. And this will tell me if our machine has any timing issues, tension issues, those sort of things. So that's looking pretty good on this side. Turn it down a little bit. Okay. Now, if you look at that, that's a beautiful stitch right there. I did go over my thread, so I've got some thread pulling through, but you can just pull that right out. That is a very nice looking stitch. You look at the back, so the tension on top is a little loose for this stitch, but that's okay because I didn't adjust it when I went to max width. So that's okay. We can adjust that as the person who's sewing like you normally would. And that's not too bad. The white thread, as you can see, is not taking up the entire bottom. But that is a very nice stitch. This machine is not a very fast machine, so this would be great for a starter, I think. And this is just kind of my initial thoughts about this machine. In the next video, we're going to go way in depth on this machine. We're going to talk about the inner workings. We're going to pull this thing apart. We're going to see how it works, and it will be the most in-depth sewing machine review and teardown that you have ever seen. That's what's going to happen next. But for this machine, hey, I like it. It was under $200 online. Take a look at my links. I'm going to have a affiliate link so that you can purchase one of these if you want to. And of the machines that are available today, right now, this looks like it's okay. It's not the quickest machine, so if you want a machine that's going to be fast, I would not recommend this one. But it does sew well, and we will learn more about it in the next video. Now it's time for the answer for our trivia. So the question was, whose voice is Isaiah talking about in Isaiah 40, verse 3, when he said, "A voice cries, in the wilderness prepare the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God"? According to Matthew chapter 3, verse 3, the individual that Isaiah was talking about was John the Baptizer. I can't wait till next week's video. It's going to be the most in-depth sewing machine review on the internet for this Juki sewing machine. Can't wait to see you there. Thanks for watching.